just another great job by our bullpen. Zeb Vermillion, he didn't have command of too much today. He just fought through 3 innings and was behind all the time. And but it was really good to see Connor come in. And the stuff that Connor had today was probably the best that I've seen him have since he's been here. When you really look at everything combined, the velocity, the location of his fastball, and then the breaking ball had a lot of, it had really good depth and working ahead in the count. And, just did a tremendous job once he got comfortable out there. And that was the biggest point of the game when he established himself out there and we didn't have to go back to the bullpen until the end. So happy for him. It's a good win for us.
Matt, we'll start with you.
When you say the best you've seen since Nolan's been here, you're talking about his entire career, not just since he's gotten back on campus.
Exactly right.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, go ahead.
Yeah, just the best stuff he's had because he hadn't thrown with that velocity, with that command. He's thrown 88, 89 with that command at not 91 to 93, 94 miles an hour.
On Vermillion, he's not really walked people throughout his career, but he's got 6 through 2 outings. What have you seen from him?
It's interesting. He's a strike thrower, and we're seeing him get behind in the count and then climb his way back in, and just a lot of 2-2, 3-2 counts. Mechanically, I don't know if something's off, but we're definitely going to go back and review some things and try to figure this out.
Tom.
Hey, Dave, you changed up the lineup just a little bit. One of the new guys, Welch, hit the home run, and 2 other guys hit their first homers of the year. Can you maybe talk about the offensive production you had today?
Yeah, the first couple innings didn't go real well, and we started getting some better swings. Put Wallace up in the cleanup spot. We hadn't gotten anything out of that spot with Webb, so it was either take Webb out of the lineup or just move him down. I'm trying to get him going a little bit, so we moved him down, moved Wallace up, and he came up with a big 2-run homer and hit another ball really well that flew out to the fence in left center. And then Charlie Welch is, he's got a knack for hitting the ball hard and to the pull side. He's got power. He probably had 4 or 5 home runs in the fall. He's a guy that I've had targeted a little bit to be a DH against some left-handed pitching. So he took a couple of decent swings his first couple at bats, but he didn't get cheated that last one. And, that ball was rocketed out of here. So it's good to see him get his first hit as a Razorback, and it was a big one for us.
Hutch.
Yeah, Nick there through 5. What was he doing to keep y'all at bay? And then also, what were y'all able to do there in the 6th?
So I think you were talking about Connor Nolan. You broke up a little bit.
No, Niznik, the SEMO starter. What was he able to do to keep y'all down?
Well, early in the game, to us, we felt like the plate was big on both sides, and he was wearing it out away from all our right-handed hitters and also away from our left-handers, and he got ahead of us big time. And the second time through, we tried to move up on the plate, and if we had to go 2 or 3 inches off the plate to make contact late in the count, that's what we tried to do. And I think we just figured him out a little bit. It just took a little bit of time, but he's a good pitcher. He's crafty. He doesn't throw the ball in the middle of the plate too much, and that's what got him, through the first few innings. And then after that, he made a few mistakes, and we hit him. But just another veteran pitcher and a good left-hander.
Jason.
Hey, Coach, when you announced the opening weekend starters, I asked you about motivation and guys filling their roles. Do you think that Wicklander and Nolan, having not pitching last week, maybe provided some motivation for them to come out the last 2 days and pitch the way they did?
Well, I think so. They're both competitors, so obviously they work hard and they want to get on the mound, and they've been there and done that before. And I think that they both handled it well, and I think honestly they both saw it coming. They kind of knew where they were at by what had gone on, maybe the second part of fall baseball and then early January, February here. So you know, as a competitor, you're going to compete to try to get in there, and they didn't roll over. We didn't expect them to. We expect them to just keep working. When they got their shot, go do it. And they both have done a great job the last couple of days.
Matt, anything else?
No, I'm good.
Hutch, anything?
Yeah, Dave, you kind of mentioned it earlier. You know, y'all have gotten off to some slow starts through 5 games. Do you know what's going into that and why it's taking a little bit to get the bats going each game?
Yeah, I don't know why, honestly. I just give credit to the other team starter for now, and we just have to do a better job of creating some offense first few innings. You know, we talk about it every day, probably before the game and after. So you just try to work on things. You try to figure out how to get to these guys, and it'd be nice if we go out and get a lead because we haven't done that very much. We've been behind about every game, and you know, our time's coming. But I would just give credit to the other team starting pitchers. We've seen some really good Division I pitchers.
Seth?
Yeah, Dave. Cold weather not normally conducive for long ball. Why was your team able to hit the ball out today?
Well, you know, a lot of times when it's cold, you know, guys aren't moving real good. It wasn't too bad out there, honestly, moving if they were moving around. And you know, the ball wasn't really carrying to right, but it carried to left a little bit. And we had a couple of balls that the one Wallace hit had a lot of backspin on it. And it got up in the wind. The wind helped it a little bit. You know, I think Slavin's hit a ball or two into left center that if there's no wind, those balls both go out of the park. They were pushed down a little bit. One was caught, one was a triple. But I don't feel like it was to the point that it was that cold that it would take away from, you know, us driving the baseball and getting something out of the park. And I felt like the ball was traveling pretty good today as well. So, you know, if you're talking 38, 42 degrees or a big time wind chill, I get it, but it wasn't too bad today.
Anyone else?
Hey, Coach, Kevin Copps came in and backed up his last outing and looked pretty good in that one inning. Just how positive of a sign is that for him to continue to bring that out?
It's a really good sign for us to see Kevin be consistent like that. I mean, he threw really well this past fall and pitching down in the zone this year, and you know, getting ahead of hitters, and you can throw that cutter at him a little bit. He even threw a nice changeup tonight. You know, just he's been on the mound. He's experienced. He doesn't get rattled, and you know, he's looks like he's going to put together a good year for us.
Thanks for the time, Coach.
Okay.